everybody. It's Chris Eads, and online is Wootini here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. This week I went to the movies, but I did not see a movie technically. I saw the filmed stage production of Spirited Away. Thanks to my friend Cam, who got tickets and said, "Hey, do you want to go see this?" And I was like, yes. I didn't realize that they were selling tickets for it, because I only ever see trailers for Fathom events that I don't care about. They never show a trailer for something that I would actually want to go to and spend the extra money, because it's not included with my AMC A-list. But this, I wanted to see the stage production. I've heard about it, I've seen clips, and I'm just like, I would love to see how they do it. So I was like, yes, I am in. We are going. Thank you for that, because there's only a few showings over the weekend, and they mostly sold out. So I was like, thank you. And I have to say, I was very concerned, because I was like, this is like one of my favorite movies of all time. And I was wondering how they were going to translate it. You know, because it's like, it's so fantastical. It's one of those things where you're like, this has to be done in animation because you can't do this in live action. So I was curious how it was going to translate to the stage. And I have to say, I was very pleased. It translated very well. It's literally a scene for scene, line for line recreation of the movie. Like, everyone looks perfect. They cast people who look just like their animated counterparts. Except for, my only complaint would be Haku's makeup was a little much, you know, because it's staged, but the camera is right up in there. So, but the way that they used like stagecraft and puppetry and everything, like, it all translated like great. There were a couple moments where I was concerned in the beginning, where I was concerned that I was like, wait, they didn't turn this into a musical, did they? But they did not. So that was fine. That was good. There were just a couple moments in the beginning where I was like, wait, are you starting to sing a song? And then they don't. But it's really well done. It was a terrific show. And I mean, obviously I would have loved to have seen it live on stage, but you know, that's much more difficult than just buying a ticket, which is already difficult because they sold out, to a movie theater screening. It is recorded, and I would love for them to put that out on like Blu-ray so that I could like have it. But I don't know if they ever will. So I would like to recommend it and say, highly recommend it. If you like Spirited Away, go see the live stage production because it's terrific. Except for the fact that I don't know if they're going to show it again. But if it comes to your area and you like Spirited Away and it comes to your area, definitely go and check it out, because it was definitely worth the money to see the stage production. One other complaint about it is that AMC had the volume like crazy ass loud. So it started and I was like, hi, I need earplugs. And I felt very old. However, I got used to it, you know, obviously as it went on for, you know, 2.5 hours. But I did leave with a bit of a headache. But that's just me and my theater. Your theater may be different. As for games, I've obviously been playing a lot of Burning Shores. I've been exploring the Burning Shores with Aloy. And I've been trying to do side quests, but I haven't really found many side quests. There was one where there was a question mark on the map, so I said, well, let me go. Like, once I had some freedom to explore, I was like, okay. Like, I did enough of the main quest where I could, like, fly around again, and the tower wouldn't shoot me down. So I was like, okay, let me fly around and see what I can find, and I'll go explore that question mark. And when I explored the question mark, I found, like, this, like, comic book shop, and there were only way, you know, you had to go and find the code to get in. It was on the roof of another building, and then it's like, you get inside, and then I was like, the only thing in there was a collectible toy, which is basically like Burning Shores figurines are these collectible toys. So I'll see if I can find them all. I probably won't. I usually find all but one. That's how my luck usually goes. By the time I finish it, I'll be like almost done. But I'm always missing like one or two. of whatever you're supposed to collect. But that wasn't what the question mark was for. I'm pretty sure the question mark was for these, there was this like aerial signal, and you have to like activate it, and then you basically fly around following a path through circles. And as you fly around, you get like little snippets of like background story and whatever. And then you eventually end up, this one took me to the Hollywood sign, where you get like a hologram of what it used to look like before the end of the world. And then, so there's a bunch of these aerial views around that I'll have to like keep an eye out for. I didn't take a picture of the hologram because it's a hologram. I, of course, instead, landed, saved at a nearby bonfire, and then took a picture of the Hollywood sign, doing a little selfie where I could control my pose and the lighting and everything. But then nearby, there was like this cave entrance, and I was like, oh, what's this? But then there was like this big force field dome over it, and I was like, oh, there must be a way to shut that down. Oh, look, over here, down this hill, there's these big giant power generator looking thingies guarded by machines. And I was gonna go and take them out, and then I thought, wait, no, this is much too big. This isn't just like a little collectible toy thing. This looks like part of a quest. And I didn't want to like do part of the quest and then have that like glitch up the whole game where like I go to start the quest, but then it doesn't let me finish the quest because I've already done that part, but it doesn't realize I've done it, and I didn't want to bug out the game. So I said, let me not touch anything. And then sure enough, literally, I'm like, okay, let's do the next section of the main quest. And Seika's like, all right, let's go find some missing Quen. And you find their boats, and then you follow their trail up a hill to the force field shielded cave. And it turns out you wouldn't have been able to do anything by yourself anyway, because in order to take out the power generators, you have to override them while Seika shoots them. So you needed your partner anyway. But this then led into a whole new section of the story, which is like, really, it's fascinating. I like this story so far. We'll see if they can stick the landing. And you meet a bunch of new characters, and after this section, this leads you to this horrible boss fight. I think the guy's name was like Zeth. And he had this gun that basically tags you and then shoots homing missiles so that wherever you are, those missiles will hit you. So that sucks. And then he would just shoot at you normally, and you could hide behind like these big crates, except that he would hit the crates and the crates would explode. So they're only really good for one use. And it sucked. And I'm running around trying to kill him. I'm trying ranged weapons. I'm trying the spear, melee combat, and like nothing was really like making a dent. And I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? Is there some way? And I was like, well, after he kills me, I'll just go look up online like what the trick is that I'm not figuring out to destroy him easily. But then I ended up, I used up my, health bag of things, but then I still had some potions left, so I managed to get around to my potions and use them to keep me alive long enough to finally wear down his health enough that I could kill him and beat him. So I didn't end up having to look up, but I'm sure there's a much easier way to do it, because the way I killed him just took forever and sucked. But now I have his weapon, which I haven't used yet, but I did also do another quest where I was able to upgrade it, so that was nice. But I still haven't used it. I like my bow and arrow. It's like I don't like the other things. The only other thing I like besides the bow and arrow are like the throwing spears that are explosive. I like those a lot. But it's Horizon. I just want my bow and arrow and the spear. You know what I mean? So I did, after that finished, it opened up another side quest that I was able to do where during that quest section, you meet these characters, Otosu and Lan, who I'm pretty sure are a couple, except that like Lan is super annoying and Otosu could do way better. And he asked you to go rescue him at one point, and I was just like, dude, I mean, I'll rescue him because, there are other prisoners and I should do the right thing. but like when I bring him back, like maybe let him down gently. Because he's super annoying. But, you know, unfortunately, Aloy didn't say anything about how super annoying he was. I mean, she kind of rolls her eyes a little, but, you know, whatever. But I'm super enjoying it. I don't know how much I have left. I'm trying to do as much side stuff as I can before doing the next section of the main quest, because I want to make it last as long as possible so I can get my $20 worth. And then after I finish this, I don't know what to play next, but I know I should play Ace Attorney and finish that. It's just a little odd because I've always thought of my Switch as my portable console, and at home I play my PlayStation, and except that I don't travel to work right now, so I'm not using my Switch as much, and I need to it's just, I can't get my brain to go, oh, play the Switch at home, it's what you can do. So I know I should play that or one of the other games that I've already bought and purchased. But I'm so tempted to get Jedi Survivor. Not for the game play or the story or any of that. I like to wait because, first of all, if you wait, you can sometimes get it on sale. But then also it lets them fix all the bugs that they have released the game with. Because no game is ever released perfect. There's always a day one patch, and then there will be patches for like the next month. Constant upgrades and patches to fix things that were broken when they released the game. Because nobody releases 100% perfect game, ever, now. But I kind of want to play Jedi Survivor because I've seen so much virtual photography online that, like the first game, in Fallen Order, you could, like, you know, customize your lightsaber and your spaceship, and you could, like, wear different, like, jackets and ponchos and stuff, but it was all kind of, like, meh. This one, there seems to be, like, a whole bunch... I read a review that complained that after exploring sections and doing a whole bunch of crazy platforming, your reward is another beard style. And they're like, that's not useful. But I'm kind of like, oh, I've seen different haircuts and different beards, and there's all kinds of different outfits he can wear. And I'm just like, I just want to play dress up with Cal Kestis and take photos in the photo mode. And then maybe I'll get around to like fighting some Empire stormtroopers and stuff. But I just like the dress up aspect. It's so ridiculous. So I'm kind of excited for that. But I still need to wait until it goes on sale, and it's also patched because it's apparently not running well on PC. But PS5 is supposed to be okay, but still, might as well wait, right? So I'm going to try to resist that and finish Horizon Forbidden West, and then try to finish Ace Attorney. Fingers crossed, if I don't get distracted by something else. So that is it. Come back next episode and see if I've finished Horizon or if I'm still managing to squeeze out another week of gameplay from this DLC. Bye!